What's up, guys? Good evening. How are you guys doing today? Let me see. There you go. Are we live? Can you guys hear me? What's up, guys? Mario couldn't make it. He's stuck in traffic, so he told me to go live without him, and he apologizes for having been able haven't been able to being live with you guys today. Maybe next week. There you go. How are you guys doing today? What a rally, huh? Unbelievable. Finally, the Bulls got good news. Russell 2000 went up today 6.11%. NASDAQ went up 7.35%. Dow Jones went up 3.70%. And the S&P 500 went up, unbelievable, 5.54%. So finally, the Bulls got good news inflation wise. So finally, guys, it looks like inflation might have peaked. So the CPI, the report itself, came out reflecting an increase year over year of 7.7% versus 8%, which was the estimate. And core CPI, this was the main reason why the markets went up so much today. Core CPI was actually a very pleasant surprise. It went up 0.4% or 0.4% month over month versus 0.6%, which was the estimate. And I just took a look at the report itself, and guys, half of the CPI was because of shelter inflation. Shelter inflation went up 0.8%. It actually went higher month over month. But if you, let's say, take out or if you remove shelter inflation, so removing shelter inflation from the core inflation, we got a negative reading, minus 1% month over month. So that's the first negative read since May of 2020. So very good news for the bulls over there. Jobless claims also came out today better than expected, reflecting 225,000 new claims that were submitted last week and versus 220,000 new claims, which was the estimate. So the bulls got very good news. On top of that, we found out that President Biden is getting together, is going to have a meeting with Xi Jinping, the president of China, on November 14. But that's good news, obviously, guys. The two presidents of the largest economies of the world are going to have a meeting. That's also good news. And we had this amazing rally. And obviously, I got a lot of questions from you guys, like, can this rally keep on going on? I do think so, guys, that this rally still has legs. So unbelievable rally when it comes to the major indices. Crude oil went higher 0.50%. The Dixie, the US dollar, got crushed today. It went down almost 2%. You guys know that the US dollar is inversely correlated relative to commodities and precious metals. Precious metals, by the way, went higher. So gold went up 2.64% and silver went up 2.10%. And the worst enemy, the public enemy number one of growth stocks, tech-oriented stocks, and higher multiple stocks went lower today and a lot, guys. The 10-year Treasury yield went down today 7.76%. Absolutely unbelievable. If we take a look at these sectors of the market, take a look at this. Green across the board, and the rally was led by technology. Guys, when I take a look at these figures, it is very hard to believe it. So technology went up today, the sector went up today 8.22%. Real estate, which happens to be inversely correlated to the 10-year treasury yield, took advantage of the big retracement that we saw in the 10-year treasury yield, TNX. So real estate went up 7.67%. Consumer discretionary, this is a very expensive sector, multiple wise, went up 7.31%. And get this, guys, the worst performing sector today was energy, and energy went up 2.23%. So an amazing rally across the board. And take a look at the Fed futures, guys. So these are the estimates for the next Federal Open Market Committee that is going to be taking place on December 14. And the markets are already discounting an increase, a rate hike of 50 basis point rather than 75 basis point. So we had a very, very strong day across the board. And if we take a look at the S&P 500, take a look at the RSI, guys, on the 4-hour chart, 68 points. I think that we are very likely to see the S&P 500 filling the next important gap, very important gap, by the way, up to the fat number of 4,000 points. This is a previous resistance back from late July. Obviously, the S&P 500 is still in a major downtrend. As you guys can see over here, we have a decline in 200-day moving average, but we really got good news today. And now this is going to be a very tough issue for the Federal Reserve, guys. Today we had three Fed speakers and talking about the inflation report, and all of them sounded hawkish once again. And Stern George, which happens to be the president of the Federal Reserve of Kansas City, stated that financial conditions cannot ease. This is going to be a very tough one for the Fed because the bulls got good news, guys. So figure the markets have been going higher, guys, on bad news. So what could happen once we finally got a very decent inflation report? I think that this rally still has legs. We also had Mester, the she's what's the name of Mester? I don't remember. Loretta Mester. There you go. She's the president of the Federal Reserve of Cleveland. He said that the main risk of inflation is that the Fed doesn't hike enough. So we are already seeing Fed speakers coming out to try to trying to chill out a bit the enthusiasm of the bulls. But I think, guys, that 400 points is pretty much a lock. It's a very high probability for the bulls in the SPY. And watch out for the 200-day moving average. This is going to be the most important trophy for the bulls. In the case of the S&P 500, we're talking about 4,080 points, and in the case of the SPY, let me see what is the 200-day moving average sitting at on the SPY. In the case of the SPY, we have 407 points. So this might be the final destination of this rally. In the case of the SPY, the RSI is a bit more elevated on the 4-hour chart. You guys can see the RSI sitting at 73 points. And as I just told you, in the case of the S&P 500, major downtrend below the 200, below a downward slope in 200-day moving average. But the bulls have made a lot of progress over here, guys. As of now, we can see a semi-ascending 5-day moving average. The bulls closed the trading session above the 100-day moving average. So I don't have any shorts position opened as of now. I actually closed my triple Q puts yesterday. The day before yesterday, I got triple Q puts. I closed them yesterday with a small profit, and I actually got SPY shares yesterday, and I closed them today. Pre-market, I left a lot of money on the table. So what do you guys think? Can this rally keep on going higher? Hey, what's up, Isaac? Most of Andy, what's up, bro? Kevin Walker, the non-conversationalist Uranus, loud and clear. There you go, Ikem. Welcome back, guys. Roller, uh, Bavdra Voda, um, Ikem. There you go. Thoughts on Tesla calls. I have November 11th, no, November 18th, 210 call option. Wow, that is going to be a tough one. Ikem says, I think we will see the $400 SPY tomorrow. Yeah, that is in the cards. We are almost there, guys. The SPY went up today 5.50%, and it closed the trading session at 394 points. The SPY looks a bit more overextended relative to the S&P 500. You guys know that the SPY tracks the S&P 500, but I think that 400 points it's on the cards, guys. I could easily see it happening probably tomorrow, maybe on Monday. The only fact of concern that I can see out there, guys, is this crypto disaster, the situation of Binance and FTX. So if I don't know if we get very bad news when it comes to any crypto exchange, that might put downwards pressure over the indices. Might I am going to quote might, quote unquote, because yeah, we got good news today. I'm thinking, guys, and keep this in mind, that the Fed the Federal Reserve cannot let financial conditions to ease. So if this rally keeps on going higher and higher and higher, I don't know, maybe if the bulls can take out this downward sloping 200-day moving average, if the bulls burst above $406, maybe we can have many more Fed speakers talking very hawkish. Maybe the Fed can telegraph a tough message or can send a very tough message to the markets, letting us know that they cannot let financial conditions to ease, that they are going to keep on hiking rates, that the battle against inflation isn't a lock quite yet. So that is something that we have to keep in mind because, guys, if the markets keep on going higher, the US dollar is going to keep on dropping. That is going to push oil higher, and that is going to obviously that is going to be uh, representing an issue inflation wise for the Federal Reserve. On top of that, if the yields or if yields keep on dropping, then that is also a sign that financials condition are easing, and we could be potentially seeing mortgage rates going lower, which could be an incentive for people to keep on buying houses. So this issue of financial conditions is going to be a tough one for the Federal Reserve. But I think that as long as the bulls don't take out very quickly these 200-day moving average, maybe the Fed is going to be like, okay, they're having fun, so let them have some fun, and let's wait a bit longer before before delivering a bunch of pies in the face for the bulls. I only got the shares of SPY. They send. I am comfortable holding that. Yeah, I mean, I am holding some longs, guys. Myself, I have Alphabet shares. I have UPS calls. I also have. What else do I have? I have Bank of America calls. I am holding some longs. As I just told you, I think that this rally keep on. This rally still has legs. And at some point, we are going to have an opportunity in order to get puts, in order to short the tape, maybe the 200-day moving average near $406. But I am not going to be shorting the tape quite yet. So please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what stocks do you want me to go over. Let me take a look at Tesla. Oh, guys, I have been making a killing selling covered calls. You guys know that I am a long-term investor in Tesla. I own 300 shares of this company. And yeah, so buyers stepped in today. Nothing crazy, even though Tesla went up today 7.39%, and the bulls failed right at the 5-day moving average near $194. So buyers stepped in, but mind you guys, this is still being a very ugly looking chart. Major downtrend. Tesla is below all the moving averages. We can see over here the downward sloping 200-day moving average, downward sloping 100-day moving average. So a lot of damage was done over here. And yeah, the Tesla bulls have a lot of repairs to do in the upcoming trading session. So the main task for them is going to be taking out this 100-day moving average at around $192 and then filling the next important gap up to 201 bucks, $202. This is a previous support back from late October. This is going to be the main task that they need to carry out. The RSI of Tesla is sitting at 44 points on the 4-hour chart. So we can make the case that Tesla is neither oversold nor overbought. But guys, we saw a massive rally today. The tech sector went up 8%. Consumer discretionary. How much did consumer discretionary uh, went up today? 7%. You guys know that Tesla is the second largest holding inside consumer discretionary. So we can make the case that Tesla was helped by the markets as a whole. So yeah, if the rally keeps on going on tomorrow, we can make the case that Tesla has a first chance of filling this next gap up to $202. But I think that, and I am a long-term investor in Tesla, and this is going to be the stock of this company is going to be very susceptible to the news that we get from Twitter, and there is a very well, let's say, a very well defined fear of Elon dumping more shares because he unfortunately got in this mess of the Twitter deal. Twitter is losing $4 million a day, guys. $4 million a day. So I think that many investors are not really willing to pick up this dip over here because there is a lot of fear about Elon keep on dumping shares. So be careful here. And um, Brawler tells me that he has a call that expires on November 18th. That's 8 days out. A 210 call. So what's your break even, bro? Where is it at? 220. This is a very volatile stock, guys. So who knows if the bulls can take out 210, 202 bucks. The next important gap is going to be up to 212 bucks, which is a previous support back from mid June and also a previous support back from mid May. But yeah, you don't have a lot of extrinsic value over there, bro. So I wish you good luck, but this is going to be a tough one, bro. Yeah. Lena Marie, what's up, Lena? How are you? With all the bad news, seasonality is still playing. Is still playing out, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Seasonality is on the table, guys. Absolutely, yeah. So you guys know that the best season of the year for the Bulls starts on October 15, and it goes through November, December, and until the last trading session of the year. So the bulls are in charge over here in minor time frames because as I just showed you, the S&P 500 is still in a major downtrend, and we have a downward slope in 200-day moving average. By the way, let me take a look at the market structure of Tesla. So I think, yeah, yeah. I mean, I am bullish short term, guys. I'm concerned about other facts over here, guys. I am not going to lie to you. The Fed is still hiking rates. I think that we are heading into a recession, and we still don't know what's the full effect of the rate hikes over the economy. So we don't know in what let's say we don't know the exact proportion of the economic downturn is going to be looking like. So how can we determine what's the multiple in order to buy stock if we are, you know, big money investors? As of now, we don't know because the Fed this is still going to be hiking rates until we don't know when. And keep in mind, guys, that back in the 70s, the Fed stopped hiking rates. The Fed made a pivot once the unemployment rate started to go higher, and that ended up being a big mistake because 2 years out, the inflation got out of control once again. So the situation for the Fed as of now is a tough one. What are they going to do? Are they going to make a pivot? Are they going to keep on hiking rates? If I were Powell, I mean, this is my personal opinion. I could be mistaken. I would keep on hiking rates until I can say that inflation was defeated. Until I see inflation going lower substantially, and that isn't the case. We made a huge progress today, but guys, the Fed wants inflation to be at 2% year over year. And take a look at the CPI, 7.7% year over year. I think that core PCE is sitting at around 5.5%. So there is still a lot of work to be done over here. The Fed cannot stop hiking rates, at least from what I see it, and therefore we cannot really determine what the final effect, the final negative effect of the rate hikes is going to be looking like over the economy. So we cannot really determine what's the right multiple in order to buy stock. So we could still see more downside, but in the meantime, and most importantly, short term wise, I am bullish. Yeah, I am bullish. I don't own any short position as of now whatsoever. If we take a look at the market structure of Tesla, take a look, guys. Market structure wise, Tesla could still go lower. We have a decline in demand, and we have a demand that is as of now below the supply. So this is not a good looking market structure for Tesla. You guys know that the blue shaded region is the demand, and the purple shaded region is the supply. So we have a descending supply that as of now is below the sorry, we have a fall in demand that as of now is below the supply. So let's see what happens, guys. The bulls need to take out this 100-day moving average, first of all, at around $192 through Bither. Just read a report. They said it's too early for a rate hike pause. Yeah, I was telling you guys. So we had Stir George, which is the president of the Federal Reserve of Kansas City, saying that financial conditions cannot ease. I absolutely agree on that with her. And we also had Mester, which is the president of the Federal Reserve of Cleveland, saying that the main risk on inflation is that the Fed doesn't hike enough. So this is a humble victory for the Bulls. Let's just put it that way, guys. And they are enjoying it. We saw a massive rally today, guys. I don't remember having seen before the S&P 500 going up more than 5% in a day. I mean, I don't remember. I think that this is the largest rally that I have ever seen in the case of the SPY. Absolutely. Yeah. Isaac, AMD stock finally climbed to my average price at $68. I am holding the bag on AMD. I own 150 shares at 50, no, sorry, at $72. Let me take a look at AMD. And please drop me a comment down below, guys, if you want me to go over any given stock. So AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Wow. Jesus Christ, guys. AMD went up today 14%. Jesus. So AMD closed the trading session today at $68.47. Very big push to the upside, guys. So as of now, the Bulls took out the 5-day moving average. They also took out the 50-day moving average. They closed the trading session way above VWAP. And the RSI is getting a bit overheated, 71 points on the 4-hour chart. So the next main task for the Bulls is going to be filling the gap up to my average cost, $72, $72 is a previous support back from early July. If the Bulls can fill this gap, tomorrow we are talking about a 5% push to the upside. Can they do it? Absolutely, positively. Yeah, I think that they can fill this gap up to $72 if obviously the rally keeps on going in the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500. Am I going to do lock in the profit or am I going to exit this position right at $72? I don't know. It depends on the general performance of the markets. If the bulls take out $72, the next important task is going to be up to $78, downward sloping 100-day moving average. So, yeah, very aggressive push to the upside today for AMD. Let me take a look at the market structure of advanced micro devices. How is the supply and demand looking like over here? Let me see. There you go. 5 out of 10. We have a falling demand and we have also a falling supply. But as of now, the demand is below the supply. But mind you, guys, when it comes to this tool that I use, Market Structure Edge, this tool shows me the market structure of any given stock from the day before. So I'm curious about seeing the new market structure of AMD and any other stock after the super rally that we saw today. I guess that the demand could be potentially being above the supply. What is your take on SOXL? I have a position at $30. This is a leverage ETF. Be careful with leverage ETF, guys. Remember that those assets or those ETFs or those products are meant for day trading and overnight trading. They have a decay effect. So you shouldn't be holding any leverage ETF for longer than 2 trading sessions. You have to be mindful of that. So SOXL. Let me see over here. There you go. So went up today 30%. Jesus Christ. Wow. Guys, the performance that we saw today in most stocks out there was absolutely mind blowing. Take a look at the RSI on the 4-hour chart, very overextended, 77 points. Um, yeah, the bulls closed the trading session above BWeb, above the 5-day moving average, also above the 50 SMA and 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So the next important gap is going to be, and this is going to be a main area of resistance, is going to be $13.50. This is a downward sloping 100-day moving average. So I would tell you that if this gap happens to be filled tomorrow, the RSI is going to be even higher, and that is going to increase the likelihood for the pairs of SOXL to show up and be let's say be or let's say that it is more likely for sellers to outnumber buyers at around $13.60. So I would be locking in the profit over there, and obviously trying not to hold leverage ETFs for longer than 2 days, bro. That's my advice over here. Would you buy SoFi? I already own some shares of SoFi. Let me pull up the chart here. I own 300 shares of SoFi, guys. This is some sort of, long-term position for me. Let me pull up here. SoFi. So it went on a tear today, I guess. Yeah, it did. It went up 7.23% and it closed the trading session at $5.34. Very ugly looking short, guys. We could make the case that SoFi is trying to work out a bottom over here. So the stock of this company hasn't done anything, guys, since early April. It went on a tear today, and we are dealing as of now. The bulls closed a bit below a downward sloping 50-day moving average. So if the rally in the markets keep on going on tomorrow, watch out for SoFi taking out this declining or this downward sloping 50-day moving average at around $5.44. Because if that were the case, we have room, or the bulls have room, up to the downward sloping 100-day moving average at around $6. If we were able to take a momentum trade over here, guys, with SoFi bursting above $5.40, and if we can ride our shares up to $6, this would be a 10% profit trade. RSI is sitting at 56 points on the 4-hour chart, very healthy from a technical standpoint. So SoFi is neither oversold nor overbought. So this is the next move to the upside, guys. The bulls need to take out this 50-day moving average and fill this next gap up to 100-day moving average. Would I buy it here? I don't average down on downtrends, guys. So that's not my style. I wouldn't I wouldn't average down my position over here. However, from a short-term standpoint, I wouldn't mind picking up some calls of SoFi if I happen to confirm that the bulls are taking out $5.40 on good volume and momentum. Yeah, that would be a short-term trade if the markets are going higher once again. So there you go. I sold SoFi for a loss, was back holding forever. What was your average cost, Lina, on SoFi? If you don't mind me asking. Elon sold some shares, I heard, in big business have puts on Tesla. I think that I have let me see, I have an unusual options alert on Tesla, guys. Yeah, take a look, guys. So yesterday, someone, we don't know who did it. So someone invested $7 million in Tesla puts that expire on November 25th with a strike price of $190. Figure this, guys. This is a put option alert that I got this morning, earlier on today. So 7 million bucks on Tesla puts with a strike of $190 that expire on November 25th. So yeah, someone is taking a huge gamble on the fact that maybe Elon is going to keep on dumping shares. Who knows, right? Did you have 100 shares? I have 400 shares, guys, of SoFi, and I am holding a small bag over there. My average cost is at around $6.50. So I like the company. They recently posted earnings. The company is growing at a very fast pace. So I do like the business model. I think that this company has let's say a very positive future ahead of itself. I'm a bull, I would say, and I simply purchased 400 shares, and I'm trying to hold them as some sort of long-term position, right? So I like the company, but I never, guys, but I never um, dollar cost average on downtrends. So I am not going to be buying more shares for that position, but I wouldn't mind taking a short-term trade over here. Hi, when you're day trading, what indicators do you use the most? Just 100, 200 MA and time frame also. QQQ thoughts. So my favorite time frame, guys, when it comes to day trading, when it comes to taking short-term trades, it trades is the 1 day 1 minute. So this is the chart that I use. And let me show you guys the moving averages that I use. You should always, guys, have the two most important moving averages out there. The 200-day moving average, which is this red moving average that you guys can see over here, and the 100-day moving average. Another moving average that I use a lot is the 5-day moving average. So in the case of the 5-day moving average, I use it in order to determine who is in charge of any technical chart in minor time frames. So those are the most important moving averages that I use. And obviously, guys, I would also recommend to you using VWAP, okay, the volume weighted average price. That's also a very important technical indicator that I use in order, as I just told you guys, to determine who is in charge of minor time frames. So when it comes to minor time frames, I do pay a lot of attention to the 5-day moving average and VWAP. And when it comes to to major time frames, I pay a lot of attention to the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. For the most part, guys, we can say that any stock out there is in a major downtrend when they are below the 200-day moving average. So when you see a stock bursting above the 200-day moving average, we can make the case that we are seeing a downtrend that is starting to look like an uptrend. So we are seeing a reversion of a technical downtrend. So please, guys, set up or try to configure your setup with these two moving averages. These are the two most important moving averages out there. And if I would have to pick one of these two moving averages, I would pick the 200-day moving average. That's the most important moving average out there by a long shot. Thank you. What's the difference in EMA? I also use MAs plus 50-day and 10-day along with VWAP. The exponential moving average is more reactive. So I use SMAs, which are simple moving averages. I use the 50 SMA, the 180 SMA. In the case of the exponential moving average, they emphasize more on the last candles, okay, on the closing price of the last candles. So they are more reactive to the price action. Okay, let's just put it that way. In my case, I don't use any EMA. I just use simple moving averages and daily moving averages. Okay, yeah. So the EMA is way more reactive. Okay, because it is yeah, it emphasizes way more, or it reacts in a more important way to to the last closing candles of any time frame. Yeah, that's a difference. Correct. On SOFI, you could have sold calls on SOFI and rolled your options to avoid selling at a loss. Is it reached your strike price? Yeah, I haven't sold covered calls on SOFI, guys, because the premiums aren't great. I only own 300 shares. So for me, in order to make some good money out of selling covered calls of SoFi, I need to go. I have to go in the money. I have to go below my average cost, and I never sell covered calls below my average cost. And on top of that, I have to go. I have to go. You know, like extremely farther out. I have to go like I don't know, 1 year out, 2 year out. I would have to sell lips in order to make some decent money. So that's why I haven't sold a SoFi calls over here. Yeah, Lina Marie don't know how sell cover calls. That's a very profitable strategy, guys. I have been making very good money recently selling cover calls of Tesla. I did a workshop about how to sell cover calls recently. Not recently. I did it for you guys like 3 or 4 months ago. Lina, if you want, you can send me a DM and I can share with you that workshop so you can take a look at the video. And if you have any questions or doubts, then I am here to help. Obviously, okay. Okay, where do you get alerts on when the whales buy or sell a lot of shares of or options? I have my I have some people that help me out. Let's just put it that way, guys. I cannot disclose it. Yeah, I got some options alerts yesterday, and the one that caught my eye the most was the was the alert of Tesla. $7 million and puts that expire on November 25th with a strike of $190. Yeah. Okay, guys, do you want me to go do you want me to go over triple Q? Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Who asked about triple Q? Yara W. Absolutely. I've been meaning to ask about selling covered calls. I'm new to your life. Yeah, when you sell a covered call, guys, you're simply selling a call option because you own the collateral, you own the shares. Let me show you guys what I have been doing with that. So this is my position in Tesla. I am a long-term investor, guys. I own 300 shares at an average cost of $87.74. How about that, huh? That's a beautiful position, right? So check this out, guys. These are the most recent covered calls that I have sold. So check this out, guys. On November 8th, I sold three covered calls and I was paid $9,960. And I bought back these calls yesterday, right? Yeah, on the 9th. And I paid $9,480. So when you sell a covered call, you're basically expecting the price of the underlying asset, or you're expecting the price of the stock that you are selling a covered call off to drop. So what happened here? I sold three covered calls of Tesla. Tesla dropped, and I was able to buy back the three covered calls that I sold, paying a lesser amount of money relative to the amount of money that I was paid, that I was initially paid. So this was a trade, guys, in which I made $400 overnight. Take a look. On November 8th, I was paid $9,960, and the next day, yesterday, I paid $9,480. So this is a win-win strategy, and I do it, pretty much very often, and I am able to make an extra income, a very sizable extra income, selling cover calls on a winning position that I own since, I don't know, since like 2 years ago. Yeah. So if you want me to send you the video of the workshop that I did about how to sell cover calls, just DM me, bro, and I will send you the video. Can you shed light on App Store, please? Bad earnings, but it bounced back nicely. Yeah, I think that they really that App Store posted a very nasty report, guys. Let me see App Store, but I mean everything bounced back up today, guys. We saw a massive rally across the board. App Store. So what happened here? Went up today 27%. Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys. Wow, 27%. I need to close the trading session on $21.70. Do I still have the earnings report over here? Let me see. Do I have it here? Let me see. So EPS negative came in at 24 cents, missing the estimate of 8 cents. Sales came in at $157 million, missing the estimate of $169 million. Very poor report. And if we actually go into a recession, guys, I don't know, these kind of companies that lend money might be potentially getting in trouble. You have to keep that in mind. Do you have a position over here? Are you holding the bag or something like that? So very solid day today. The RSI is sitting at 64 points. So as I just told you guys, if this enthusiasm about the CPI, this very well justified enthusiasm, we can argue about the very positive CPI that we got today. Keep on going on tomorrow. Watch out for Upstart taking out this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, $22.35, and filling the next important gap up to the downward sloping 100-day moving average near $26. This is an area in which I think that sellers might be outnumbering buyers. $26. So if we can take a momentum trade over here with Upstart taking out $22 ish, and if we happen to be able to ride this shit up to $26, this would be a 20% profit trade. This could happen, guys. This could very well happen if the indices keep on going on a terror tomorrow, which is on the cards. No, you don't have to hold any option till expiration. Sharon says, and so far you could have. Yeah, you don't have to hold any option till expiration. Absolutely. Who asked about that? So you don't have to hold them until expiration. No, I don't know. When you sell a cover call, no, you just need to wait for the price of the call that you sold to go lower, and you can buy it back. That's it, and you make a profit out of that transaction. So you sell at a higher price and you buy back at a lower price. That's all you do when you sell a covered call. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. There you go. So I don't know much about doing that. Yeah, as I just told you guys, if any of you wants to see my video about how to sell covered calls, just DM me and I will be sending you guys the video. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So I think that we are like what, like 40 minutes in. Let me see. Yeah, 40 minutes in. So let's wrap it up, guys. So Mario couldn't make it today. He was stuck in traffic. And let's see if he can join me next Thursday. I guess that Mario is going to be going live maybe later on today. So yeah, keep a close watch on Mario's notifications because yeah, I think he did it actually last Thursday, and I think that he might be doing the same thing today. So would you please post the cover call video on the chat? Yeah, I can do it. Absolutely, absolutely, sure, sure, I'll do it. Sure. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me today once again. And see you guys on Monday. Remember, I am live streaming for you guys on Mondays and Thursdays as well. So stay safe, take high probability trades, don't gamble on earnings, please. And see you guys on Monday and see you guys tomorrow in the main chat, okay? So take care, guys. Thanks for joining me today once